If we go to the manager's user area by selecting this icon here with the green arrow, that will then open up the usual user profile area within our platform. But as a manager, you will have access to additional data. This video will not run through the usual menu options available within the user profile, but I will link a video for you that does cover that. This video will only focus on the additional fields that the manager would have access to. So a manager would notice a unique area here called My Teams. If we go ahead and select that, the first thing we see is a list of teams, a team description, and the relevant account name. Here we see the list of teams that have been allocated to this manager, and we can go ahead and select a team name to then view the team members. So here we can see this team has 4 members, and at the bottom here we see a summary view of all user skills captured for those team members. If I open up this user's skill profile by selecting this plus icon here, I then get an option to apply a manager rating. So on the left hand side we will see the skills rating that the user entered during their skills audit, and here we will notice a rating M, which will be the manager rating, and we notice that these are editable. Now I can go ahead and select individually what I believe this user's skill rating should be against the skill described here, or I can do a match all if I like, and this would be the scenario of where the manager would agree with the user ratings, perhaps for most of them, and then apply unique skill ratings only for a selected few. So there is flexibility around that. And then once the manager has entered the rating, the manager will then click Save Changes to record those changes. If we scroll to the bottom of the screen, we notice here that the manager would have the ability to export skills to CSV, and also then a button that returns them then to the team list. So now we're back at our team list. What else can we do? If we open up that same A team again, a manager can also go and look at a user profile of the team members under their management. So this manager can go and take a look at Annie the architect's user profile page by selecting the team member name. We notice here that Annie's user profile is now shown. So the manager would then be able to go and take a look at all the usual menu options available within the user profile area. This would be very useful for performance reviews, project resource discussions, and so forth. If I then navigate to the second menu option here called Team Skills, I also notice the list of team members, their email, their relevant job title, and which teams they belong to. So I can notice that a user can belong to more than one team if needed. If the manager selects the user skills from this menu option and scrolls to the bottom, they will notice the option to also edit the ratings from here or view history, which could be very useful for keeping a full audit trail. When we're looking at user skills history, we are reviewing the skill that was rated, the change date, who made the last change, and what was the current user rating versus the previous user rating, the current manager rating versus the previous manager rating. Then we look at the difference between those two, the new difference if a change was made, and the previous average, followed by the new average. So quite a lot of detail here listed then for each user's skills audit history. So that is team skills, and of course the ability to take exports where needed. And then the manager can also verify those skill ratings against the team assessment scores by navigating to this menu option here. Team assessment scores will open up the team members. When did they take an assessment? What was the assessment name? What was their score? And what was their elapsed time? When the manager scrolls down, there is also the ability to then export this focused view of team assessment results. The manager is also able to take a look at the assessment report itself. And this is done by selecting the score. So when we hover our mouse over the score, we notice that becomes a live link, and if we then select that, that will open up the report summary for any architect. If we then go ahead and say show all detail, the manager would be able to take quite a detailed view on question performance, relevant training tags, and so forth. The manager is also able to view a summary of background information captured for a specific user during the assessment process. So that is then a summary of this additional area called My Teams that a manager would have access to when they are assigned a manager profile status. The other thing that of course would need to be set up is teams within the admin dashboard. So you will notice a new submenu area there called teams, and the team list area will show you that same list of teams and who the relevant team manager is. If you want to create a new team, you simply navigate to this option and you will enter a team name, description. Step 2 is assigning the team members, and step 3 is assigning the manager. We also have a new area here called Manage Team Data, which will make the process of creating teams a lot easier. And I will link the video for you on that workflow here as well. If you have any additional questions around the new manager profile, please feel free to reach out to us via our support help desk or via your customer success manager. See you in the next video.